Out shopping for Christmas gifts this season, I kept in mind that everyone is really a unique individual. My friend said that her sister loves the color red, but she's more of a pink person. She said she always gets something from her sister that's red because that's what her sister likes. Why do we always want to put someone into the box that we like? In a recent article about interior urbanism by Anisha Hapskubala, she explains that the idea of leaving space for people to enter in is often very important. I was asked at the last minute to decorate the planters outside the doors of Holy Name Cathedral. In the middle of it all, the doors of the cathedral busted open and a wedding party emerged. I had no idea a wedding was going on. I backed up out of the way with my garden clippers and greens in hand. The bride emerged in a sleeveless gown at the start of winter here in Chicago. Surrounded by a flood of people, nobody seemed to care or even notice that I was there. It was a joyful scene, regardless of the rough spots here and there. If you don't focus on what's not important, there's plenty of room for everyone. Joy entering in. Welcome. Welcome to Coffee Hour. I'm Stanley Smith. At Coffee Hour, we talk about everything and nothing. Recently, we talked about sexually transmitted news, acute narcissism, suicide by cops, and standing up for the performance of Handel's Messiah. The readings at Washington National Cathedral on Sunday were from Isaiah. We're afraid to ask, so God asks for us. And from Romans, partaking is the only offering we can offer back. And the gospel reading was from Matthew. Joseph was pilot on the plane for Mary's nonstop flight into Egypt. The sermon at Washington National Cathedral was by Kelly Brown Douglas. She said the world doesn't slow down or stand still for Christmas. It has its own agenda. It's also true for our own lives. They never seem to quite slow down, but Christ comes anyway. He is not waiting till we have everything figured out, resolved, and cleaned up for him. We get caught up putting our trust in the power that's creating the chaos in the world in the first place, instead of putting our trust in God. We don't want to put God to the test out of our own fear and doubt, not out of our righteousness. God is not waiting for better travel conditions. He's at the airport, ready to take off now. Emmanuel is not sent to us to make us more comfortable in the places that are all cleaned up and in order, but in the places that are kind of messed up and out of order. God's creative life in the world is not always obvious to us. God is at the margins, so the margins must be where the action is. And we should tailor our lives for the margins. It's like celebrating the rust on a car until the entire car is rusted out. Do we really want to aspire to be the rust? At St. James Cathedral, the sermon is by Frank Donahue. What's the importance of a name? We're all looking for direction, and we all want the words to use. We all have a name. In Arabic, he said there are at least 12 million words, and in English, we barely have 500,000. They have words in Arabic for the spaces between your fingers, and everything has a name that has a particular and important meaning. Names like Bill, Lisa, or Susan leave us guessing. Being able to name someone means you have a relationship with them. Moses asked what the name he should use for God. God said, I'm the great I am. And the name Joseph means the one who brings God into our presence. The world is unrecognizable from the world we grew up in. Mr. Donahue said that in Marianne Buddy's new book, How to Be Brave, she quotes Harry Nouwen. The most personal is the most public. The most intimate is the most universal, and the most solitary is the most communal. None of us have the credentials to abstain from partaking in the life we're called to live. It's our baptismal call. The notion of humility was brought into the world by Christ. We don't know everyone's name. We're afraid to ask. We can look for the humility, the humanity, and the Christ be with you in everyone. If the lights are going out, we can bring light into the darkness. Sister Wendy Beckett was known for her art history talks. She gave a reflection once on a painting about the goddess Diana. She said the painting depicted joy in the depiction of Diana because Diana did not look down or side to side or where she had been. She simply looked ahead. There's no need to concern ourselves with other things when there is joy. We have to balance our lives between following the leader and being the light. Being the light is a bold assertion, but somebody has to do it. We want the cup to pass to someone else. We have fear and apprehension about what's coming next. We hope it happens to someone else. We need a sacrifice, a salvation, and a resurrection. Death is never the answer, unless it brings new life. I got a lovely box of pears this season as a gift from First Pres, my garden friends. As I enjoy the exquisite ripeness of each pear this week, it occurred to me that we're all perishable, like a box of pears, to be enjoyed. Partaking is what we have to offer in return. We are all so different. We all have our unique way, and we assume other people are like us, and we are like them. But the more we get to know each other, we find how different we really are. We have a unique way that works for us. All we can do is appreciate that, learn from it, grow from it, and be the light. If you would like to join us at coffee hour, I will include my email in the description of this video. Be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.